How we doing, guys? And it is official. Cristhian Mosquera is an Arsenal player. Somebody that we were talking about a few weeks ago, and it kind of has all developed relatively quickly, should we say. Especially when you look at how long transfers take for a lot of teams, and even Arsenal in recent years. This one's been quite quick, and I'm very happy with this signing, and I think Arsenal fans in general are very happy with this signing. And what we've got here is somebody that is going to be pushing for those centre-back positions, somebody that can cover William Saliba in particular, can also play as a fullback, so there's a bit of versatility there. But what you have here is a very, very highly regarded centre-back. Young player still, only 21 years old, but he's not inexperienced. Nearly 100 games in La Liga. You don't play nearly 100 games in La Liga at 21 years old if you do not have something about you. He's been at Valencia since 2016 in the youth team. He's homegrown. He's one of their own. And he's decided that now is the right time for him to make that move. Valencia did offer him a new contract, but he turned it down. And he turned down the guarantees, should we say, of first-team football, because he's first choice there. He will not be first choice at Arsenal. But he felt that this was the right thing for him, and this was the move he wanted. And Arsenal got their man. And I tell you something, Andrea Berta has pulled off a real good one here. £15 million. That is cheap when you look at the price that players are going for in today's market. That's very good. And like I said, we'll predominantly play as cover for William Saliba. But I am very, very happy for that reason in particular. Now, in the last couple of years, okay, let's break this down so that people can understand everything. When we started challenging for titles and we burst on the scene a few years ago, the reason why we didn't win the league that season was because of an injury to William Saliba. I'm adamant on it. If William Saliba never got injured, we would have won the league. But what was our backup to William Saliba? Rob Holding. And it all fell apart. And then you look at last season, and the one player that we could not rest and we didn't have any cover for was William Saliba. Lo and behold, right towards the end of the season, picks up an injury, and it was just inevitable. Luckily, it wasn't as serious as Gabriel and Saka and Havertz and everybody else. But we've been crying out for somebody to be able to cover him for ages. And the issue is this, is that we had the likes of Tomiyasu that could have played there. He was always injured, and we've now released him. Ben White can cover William Saliba, but he was injured and was stop-start last season. Jurrien Timber could cover him, but you'd rather keep him in the right-back position. And there was no one else to cover Jurrien Timber if he moved over, so it wasn't going to happen. Now, when I'm looking at the team and the squad in general and defensively, I look at it and I say, right, you've got Jurrien Timber as your right-back, your Ben White as the cover to right back. Two quality right backs right there. Now you're looking at the right centre-back position and you've got William Saliba and Cristhian Mosquera as your two first choice. You're looking at the left centre-back positions, and I do believe that we possibly will get rid of Kiwior and sell him. That's why I'm not going to mention him in this. But as he showed towards the end of last season, more than capable of being a deputy behind Gabriel. But I feel it would probably be Riccardo Calafiori. And I feel that that is his best position. But he can also play the left back position. Then on the left back side, you will obviously have Miles Lewis Skelly. And then you will have Riccardo Calafiori. And obviously Tierney's gone. Sinchenko, I think, will go. So I think that we're covered pretty much in those areas. Don't get me wrong, I would still love Hato, but I don't think that one's going to be happening. So you've got versatility. You've got players that are more than capable of covering when, a player needs a rest or there might be an injury. And I don't think the level of the team drops. And that's what I was alluding to when William Saliba got injured and we ended up with Rob Holding. The levels are staggering. Now, don't get me wrong, Cristhian Mosquera is not at the level of William Saliba, but he's somebody that can get to the level of William Saliba. And he's more than capable of coming in whenever he needs to, whether it be a Premier League game, a Champions League game, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, whatever it might be, and can really start to, give William Saliba the rest that he needs and not run him into the ground. And what you have here is a very good centre-back. Good on the ball, rapid, very, very rapid. 6'2", and like I said, despite his young age, he's experienced because he's played nearly 100 La Liga games. Now, he will have to get that experience of European football and whatnot. But he's obviously, looked at the whole situation, doesn't want to be fighting down the wrong end of the table, in Spain, with all due respect to Valencia. And I can't see how this is anything but a really, really good signing. And like I said, £15 million and some add-ons and whatnot. I think it's a fabulous deal for Arsenal. Fabulous deal. And like I was alluding to a moment ago, we've got all of our positions covered in the areas. And, you've got to hope that Ben White is over his injury problems now and he's going to have, a full pre-season behind him and really push on to, push Jury and Timber for that right back position. I think the pair of them are very different in the way that they play and they offer so much. And, I love Jury and Timber and I think the right back position is his. But you haven't got an issue with Ben White coming in. It doesn't drop the levels. It just changes the dynamic to the way we might do things. When you go to that right back position or the right centre back position, should I say, you got William Saliba and Mosquera. Quality. The left centre back position, you got Gabriel and it would likely be Calafiori. But at the moment, Kirill is still there. Again, depth, quality. And then on that left-hand side, left back, you will have Miles Lewis Skelly and then Calafiori. Again, either one. I'm happy about it. I'm really happy about it, actually, because statistically, we've got the best defence in the league. We can argue all day long who's the best defender and this, that and the other. But in terms of the defensive pairing, there is no better defensive pairing in the Premier League than Arsenal's because they've conceded the least amount of goals 2 years running. Our goalkeeper has won the Golden Glove 2 years running. Those are just simple facts. I don't know what more you want me to say on it. So the fact that we're adding to that and making it even stronger, I'm all for it. And it also means, like I said, that when we come to FA Cup games and Carabao Cup games and, even some Champions League games and Premier League games before a massive Champions League game, we don't have to run the risk of playing William Saliba. We can go, you know what, we'll bring him out, give him a few days extra rest. Cool. Mosquera comes in, Saliba's ready for PSG, Real Madrid, or whatever it might be. I'm all for it. And I'm happy about it. So, there we go. Cristhian Mosquera is an Arsenal player. Let me know in the comment section whether you're happy, what are your thoughts on it, and if you've watched him more than most of us will have watched him. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy with that. So, listen, welcome to the Arsenal, Cristhian Mosquera. And yeah, listen, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.